Good afternoon, everyone. Me and my friends standing here will present what we have discussed. Before that, let me introduce myself. My name is Serena Moyen Pamuji.
I am Nisa Anindasari.
And I am Priya Mahapinisi. We are very pleased to be able to deliver a presentation on the topic analysis managerial discussions, making in accounting from the perspective of agent theory. Purpose the presentation number one, highlight the role of accounting in managerial supervision. That is how describe how accounting and financial reporting system help reduce information asymmetry and encourage manager accountability. Number two, present expert perspective. It provides the view of agent theory expert showing how the theory is applied in managerial and accounting discussion. Number three, provides practical insight. It shows how agent theory is applied in day-to-day decision making within companies and how it affects government and organizational performance. The presentation outline. Number one, agency theory. Number two, principal agent relationship diagram. Number three, example of agency theory implementation in business principle. Number four, conclusion. Number five, summary.
Developed by Michael Jensen and William McQueen in 1976, this theory explains the relationship between the owner or principal and manager or agent in the company, as well as the problems that arise due to the difference in interest between the two parties. There are three main causes of agency problems. Number one, information asymmetry. Information asymmetry is the agent has more in-depth information about the company which can be used for personal gain. Number two, moral hazard. Moral hazard is agents may act risk because they don't bear the full consequences of their actions. Number three, agency cost. Cost incurred by principals to ensure agents act in their interest. Jensen and McLean suggest solutions such as incentive contracts, monitoring mechanism, ensure ownership by managers to align interests between principal and asset therapy, increasing the efficiency of the firm. As for some important points from the theory that I explained earlier, namely number one, principal agent relationship. Principal agent relationship is principal or owner or shareholder interest agents managers to manage the assets and operations of the company on their behalf. The principal expects the agents to act according to their best interests. Number two, agency problems. Since managers have control over daily operation and greater access to information than owners, they may make decisions that are more favorable to themselves than the interests of owners. Examples of this problem include excessive risk-taking or spending for personal gain. Number three, agency fees. Jensen and McLean point out that agency problem generates so-called agency costs. These costs include first, monitoring costs. Costs incurred by the principal to oversee the agent's activities such as audits and internal controls. Second, funding costs. Funding costs incurred by the agents to demonstrate commitment to the principal such as performance-based incentive contracts. Number three, residual loss. Potential losses that occur when the agent's interests are not fully aligned with those of the principal, which can lead to a decline in firm value. Number four, mechanisms to reduce agency problems. Number one, first, incentive system provide performance-based incentive or share ownership to managers to align their interests with owners. Second, financial disclosure. Transparent accounting system and financial reports can reduce information asymmetry between agents and principals. The supervision. Supervision at a level of supervision such as a supervisor board or independent auditors to ensure principles interests are not breached. Number 5, significance in accounting and finance. Agent theory suggests that a transparent accounting system is essential in reducing conflict of interest and ensuring managers are in accordance with the interests of others by reducing information imbalances. Companies can increase value for shareholders.
Well, I will present slide 7. The height of this graph shows the percentage of level of control or arrangement of interest of each party. In this graph, the bar of the principal high value 500% and the agent 7%. This percentage shows that one on the graph, the principal owner has a high value, which indicates that the owner has full interest in the management of the company, namely in shaping company goals. The principal expects the agent to act in accordance with their interest. On the agent, the value is lower, indicating that there is possibility that the agent acts in his own interest. This difference reflects the agency problem, where the agent might not be fully aligned with the principal objective. The greater the difference in bar height between the principal and the agent, the greater the potential for conflict or misalignment in their interest. Code interpretation to mitigate these problems. Mechanisms such as incentive or monitoring are often used. Next, I will give the implementation of agency theory in business practice. One example of the implementation of agency theory is a stock-based incentive program for company managers or executives. In this case, the company gives their own stock option to managers so that they feel more tied to the company cost because the value of the company share the all will increase as the company performance increases. The presentation from slide 1 to slide 8 was about the application of the agency theory developed by Nicholas C. Jensen and William McLean in 1976, which explored the relationship between owner, principal, and managers in companies. Some of the main objectives of this presentation are to understand the principal-agent relationship, identify conflict of interest, and highlight the role of accounting in supervising managers. Key issues in agency theory: information asymmetry. Managers have access to more information than owners, which can be used for personal gain. Managers goals with the owner's goals by providing them with the opportunity to benefit from improved company performance. From the presentation that my friends and ideals heard earlier, we can conclude that agency theory is important for understanding and managing the relationship between owners and managers. By implementing incentive and transferring through accounting, reporting, companies and reduce conflicts of interest and increase value for shareholders. This is for our presentation. We thank you all for your time and attention today. If you have any questions or would like to continue the conversation, please raise your hand. Thank you again, and I look forward to our next discussion.
Thank you.